just and it's a couple days away, but just Wyoming just seems like it's been a team that's kind of really put together a really good season. What stood out about them this year?
Well, you look back on the last couple of years that they've been at this point. They were really good last year, and then they lost Nance, and after they lost Nance, they went 1-5, and so they got all these guys back, and they're really playing well together, and then they have a great home court advantage. Obviously, at 7,000 feet, it makes a big difference in basketball.
What's impressed you most about Nance? Just kind of bouncing back from the injury. It looks like he's been about as strong as ever.
Yeah, he has, and he's just gotten better and better. He's a great kid, good worker. They have a great system for him, and he's a load, probably the best player in the league right now.
How do you see the rest of the players improve? Because I got to believe playing without him in the long run, maybe in the sort of the same boat you're going to be in this year, help the other guys become better.
Well, yeah, they had to reach. They couldn't just rely on him, and they had to reach outside their roles. The one thing that they did they played hard, and they continue to do that without him. That's kind of the situation we're in right now, and I think we've done a really good job of that. Maybe not the first half of the Utah State game, but every other minute that we played, I think it's been that way.
Saturday's game lingered, or have you seen guys kind of put it behind them?
The players are resilient. I think that probably the coaching staff, it's harder for us to swing on quickly. And the good thing was we had a bye, and it's good on a lot of levels. Number one, get us healthy, and that's going to help us probably more than anything. Get some guys playing 100% and close to it. And then, you get time to regroup, to evaluate some things that you can do and that the team can do. And so, we're taking advantage of this spot.
There was a lot of hype on Chandler and David when they came in, probably justifiably so. Where that's it, maybe too much hype on them coming in? People expect too much?
I never liked the hype on freshmen. That's hard. And it'd be one thing if we were, in a low-level league, but you look around the league and UNLV can play some freshmen. Those are top 25 kids. Those are almost one-and-done guys, maybe one-and-done guys. So there's not many freshmen that can come in and dominate in the Mountain West or on good teams.
So the expectation's kind of unfair, I guess?
Yeah, it usually is with freshmen. And everybody likes to hype recruit it. I'm the opposite. I know how hard college basketball is and what a grind it is. So I would, being able to redshirt guys is probably more valuable than throwing them in the fire a lot of times.
Were you hoping to maybe get a little bit more from them at this point in the season?
David's had his moments, and Chandler's had some good things, and we just got to keep improving them because I think long term they're going to be great players.
Have you noticed without Drimmick, have they defended Marks any differently? Because it seems like his scoring probably has to go up with Drimmick out, but I would think it would make it more difficult.
It is. It's going to make it a lot more difficult. But we got some more guys that I think that are going to get more comfortable in their roles, and when they do, that's going to open things back up. Because you don't want. It's never a situation where we lost a guy that scored 20, and we only play with 4. We do get to play with 5, and those replacements are going to get more and more comfortable, and they're going to really help us.
What about his shooting percentage, Derek? That is this year. It is. He's getting his points on much more efficient use of shots. He says he worked on it. I mean, did he change it any? I mean, can you?
No, like I think I've told you guys before, is how impressive he always was in practice. He's always been a good shooter. He became a great shooter with his extra work, and that's a credit to him and his work ethic and the kind of kid he is.
Chandler hasn't played much lately. Is it something where something needs to click more, or what's kind of maybe the reasoning behind that?
Well, it's just you can't play 15 guys, and not that he's our 15th. I'm not saying that. It's just it's you have to be able to have a rotation, and that's probably something that's hurt us a little bit. Is we haven't been able to settle into one specific rotation. We've spent a lot of time as coaches trying to figure that out, and I think we're getting close to figuring that out.
Have you seen those guys maybe take their handle? You probably came in expecting to produce more and play more. How have you seen them kind of handle?
They're doing a good job. I mean, we try to communicate with them what they need to do to play, and take advantage of the opportunities when you get them. You're going to get them, and I think James is a great example of that. He didn't play much the first 4 games, and gets in, has his chance, and takes advantage of it, and we haven't been able to pronounce it. So, but like I said, sometimes it takes time, and with different kids, it's different things, and different amount of time.
After the game about this murderer's row you got with the schedule, you mentioned Wyoming, but after that, both those teams are playing well as well. I mean, is this just just bad timing with everything that's happened to have this stretch right here coming up?
It's tough, but you're going to have to do it sometime, and maybe not all of one after another. That makes it hard. And so, you got to be able to move on quickly. And the tough thing I think that we faced with Utah State was playing that really good Colorado State team, and we played them down to the wire. And then have to turn around quickly to play a good Utah State team that really runs good stuff. And I don't think we quite came out with the level in terms of we needed.
Bothered in pre-Christmas, it looked like you had a little trouble getting around. How is that coming along?
No, definitely coming along well. Just doing my rehab every day, and it's good to have the break, the bye right now, just to have a week off and get it right. But it's getting a lot better and getting around much better as time goes on.
Did it hurt not being able to practice much? I mean, your shot seemed like something maybe that could have been worked on a little more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I came back. Started practicing basically before last game, and I hit a couple of threes there. So definitely hurt not practicing and being out there with the team, during the week. But it's good to be back.
Nick, I asked you after the game, and that first three went in, you were just going nuts, jumping up and down and stuff. How much was that kind of a sigh of relief, I guess, to finally get one to go in?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time, 3 games, 20 something shots. But it's always good to get one down, and my confidence level went straight up from there, and I hit the next one as well. So it's always good to see you go through the hoop and hopefully continue from here.
When you missed your first couple in that game, it seemed like you were starting to get a little bit hesitant. Maybe was it starting to wear on you at some point? Were you going, what's going on here? Or?
I think it was like a mental approach. The last couple of games, I was getting frustrated with myself, and I think I was worrying about that too much. But this game, Jimmick was telling me, he's been really good on the sidelines, giving me advice. But he was just saying, just stay with it, just shoot it, keep shooting it. And I just kept shooting it, and
was it anything with your form or your legs? Was there anything there that you can find that was just one of those stretches?
I was just focusing on it too much, and the more you stop and think about it. I think that's the worst thing about it. You stop and think about the shot and just misses. Whereas the last couple I shot was just got it straight away, and went straight up and went straight into my shot. So I think it was just all mental and just focusing about the last shot instead of the next shot.
Is there more pressure on everybody else now with Anthony out? I mean, to come up with points, because Anthony was very good at getting somewhere between 15 and 20. Derek has been a guy that's been up there, but you and Mikey and James and some of the other guys, is there more pressure to score?
Not necessarily. I mean, it is a big loss with Jimmick out, but I mean, about 14 other warriors out there for us. They'll come in and it's a bit more pressure, and it's good that the team puts pressure on the guys that are playing a lot of minutes like Mikey and then James. So yeah, it is a lot of pressure to put on us, especially when it's not just the 15-20 points that he creates. It's all the defensive plays he makes and all the assists and good plays he makes, and how people just suck on him and don't let him shoot. Other people get their points. So it's not just the 15 points that he creates, it's probably 30 a game that he creates.
Do you notice how they defend the team, or how they do a lot of different things with him out there? Is it different?
You can definitely tell, when he's in the corner, or, he's like, shoot off the on ball, they're all just, not letting him catch the ball at all. So you can definitely tell, out there, there's no more space anymore without him not out there. So.
How do you process kind of the way that that game ended Saturday? I mean, the fact you defended that shot really well, and it was the kind of guy that you guys maybe wanted to shoot it. Does it linger? Have you tried to get over it? I mean, you guys did seemingly everything right, but
I mean, yeah, it is definitely hard. It's the worst way to basically lose a 3-point shot, But, if we knew that was going to be the shot taken at the end of the game with how we defended it, we defended it great. And, I was right there and it just went in. So, I mean, there's not much you can do about it. It definitely lingered for a little bit because it was a game that we really wanted to win and, get it rolling. But, we just got to focus on the next game and the next game because there's so many more games and opportunities out there to get good wins.